Welcome back. You're with us on Closing Bell, and the markets have taken a bit of a flight. The Bank Nifty can't make up its mind. It's a 133 up, down, it's up. But in general, the Nifty is having a pretty good show. That's thanks to the recovery that we've seen in IT stocks, some help coming in from Reliance and the likes. Bala from Cash the Chaos is with us now. Jay, thanks for joining in. Good afternoon to you. So, I remember that over the last couple of weeks, you've had a slightly more positive sort of bent of mind towards the market. Looking at the momentum that's setting in now, the consolidation that we've been doing in this 19,700 to 850 zone, what's the sense?
Yeah, until just a couple of hours ago, the markets weren't making up its mind, but it's good that it's starting to perk up. But I would still see the possibility of an extreme short-term pullback, a likely path before the markets head to fresh all-time highs. But the overall picture is that the markets are heading for all-time highs, with banks and Reliance underperforming. So that's the large theme I'm working with at this point of time.
All right. Okay. Hi, Jay. Good afternoon. So markets headed to all-time highs, but what would change your view on the Nifty? When do you think? What's the lower level you're looking at out there? And the Nifty Bank, at least the last 3-4 sessions, has been showing signs that it wants to come back to life. What are the levels you're looking at on that one?
Yeah, that's right. See, the Nifty Bank has a possibility of going below the October low. That could be the reason I'm, seeing the markets pulling back in the short term. But that's not a necessary condition. But if the markets were to go up straight, that'll be okay. And even if the Nifty Bank doesn't go below the October low, that will also be okay. But the speed of the move is going to be pretty important for me. I think the markets are going to have a labored move to record highs, with just markets having one pullback. So, if to your question, if the markets were to make higher highs at a faster pace, then that will change things, and so that's the observation point. And given that the markets are in a holiday season, I expect the market to be a little bit sluggish.
Okay, let's talk about a couple of stocks then. Tata Power is having a bit of a powerful move, I think, today. They put out a disclosure on the exchanges as well. What are the levels you're looking out there?
Yeah, I think Tata Power is heading for all-time highs past highs registered in 2022. A bare minimum of 299 is what I'm anticipating. It could go a little bit higher. The momentum is quite strong, and overall the energy sector is also very strong. So it's a pick from that space, and a stop about 255. I don't expect the pullback anything that comes through in Tata Power to drop to 255. So that's a good stop there.
Okay. What else is on your list, Jay? Good afternoon. In terms of tradable stuff.
Hi, Prashant. The metal sector is looking quite positive. I think the metal sector is headed for 3,400 to 3,500. And, auto is also positive. I've been positive on it for a few weeks now. And once again, there, two-wheelers are better than 3- and 4-wheelers. But today, Tata Motors is also firing, so that's a good thing for the sector. I think metals and auto have at least one higher highs coming through. I would expect the Nifty auto to scale somewhere close to 17,600. And also, reality is also firing. And, we've spoken about it in September. I said, watch the 740 zone. If that were to get crossed for the Nifty Reality Index, I think it's going for a much higher level. And it's doing that. So, the next resistance for the Nifty Reality Index comes at about 760. So, within that space, Oberoi is better than DLF, and that's better than Godrej Properties.
I was just taking a look at the moves this month. We're also rounding up November. For the month of November, we're looking at about a 4% gain on the Nifty, 8% gain on the mid-cap index, and a little more than that on the small-cap index. And it's been really all about the sectors that Jay was talking about. Real estate has been the best performing with a 17% up move. So, Jay, that's the question. Do you just stick to where one already sees strength, like you mentioned, autos and real estate, or should you look at something different? For instance, IT has been kind of in the middle. Not a very clear trend, but then you get the odd buying days. Banks are constant underperformers. Even PSU banks, actually. November has not been a great month for even PSU banks. Should you look at the underdogs at all, or just stick to buying strength?
Yeah, the broader theme is that you got to play for the short term. So what you choose to play is up to the individual style. Yeah, I pointed to Nifty IT as having potential to cross 34,000, maybe even on a stretch to even 36,000. So there are some pockets there. So within that space, the front line, large caps, it's TCS that's the best pick there. Infy is, relatively underperforming TCS. So, you can look at IT, but it's just a short-term play. To me, from a larger degree, say from the Jan 2022 high, this is still a counter-trend move for the Nifty IT sector, but it's still got short-term upside potential. And, most of the, as I mentioned a few weeks back, the next all-time high the Nifty makes is probably going to be a significant top for the medium to long term. So we'll work that out once we are closer to the all-time highs, and when we cross the all-time highs, there's still time to work that out.
Sorry, you're saying the next high will be a significant medium-term top, Jay?
Medium to long-term top for Nifty. And, the focus is now for the short term. And it's going to be pretty, even the, global markets are likely to go towards all-time high or slightly modestly exceed it. So, it's all in sync. But, the next all-time high will be a very significant top for me.
Well, the high will be a significantly higher high from the previous one. The previous high was 2222. So, the high is, what's the projection?
I expect the next all-time high to be in the range of 20,600 to 21,100. So that's where I expect the medium-term top to get formed.
But like Jay is saying, right, we're entering December, Santa Claus rally. When we get to that second high, then we'll talk about the top.
No, but Jay, this you're being a little miserly in your forecast, huh? Because 2,600 is what? 2.5% away from where we are now.
That's right. I take whatever the market gives. It's not my misery. The market is being structure.
No, I'm just kidding. But point taken. You're saying that we'll see. Of course, it's step by step, and we'll sort of cross that bridge when we come to it. Jay, thank you very much for joining us. It's great conversation as always. Appreciate you joining in with that perspective. 19,900 plus on the Nifty. So when we started this morning, it was very quiet. Global markets, especially overnight handoff from Wall Street, no big price jumps, no big cues, etc. Europe right now, for example, as we speak, is largely lower. It's done a little, Asia did a little better, but the market here is done very, very well. So 115 points higher, although I have to say, market breadth is very, very close. 1,300 stocks higher and about 1,200 stocks are lower. So, about 100 stocks separating gainers and losers. So that's the overall picture. Even as mid-cap index and small-cap indices gain a third and 0.5% or so, respectively, up on your screen right now. Surabhi.
For me, just two clear sort of pockets that stood out today. One is PSU, and count in the oil marketing firms as part of that. Of course, they had a separate trigger given the positive brokerage commentary, but PSUs in general, NBCC, NMDC Steel, PNB, SJV and Coal India, ONGC, BHEL. Look at the price and volume charts on the